Yeah, welcome everybody to another Joust series. This is here in the color Cyan. It is PatDelMuerte playing as a 2 Block Dynasty. A repeat player here from last month. Formed in the mid table here. With some very good performances, quite honestly. A fan favorite as well. Here in the yellow we have newcomers, the Camps. I'm gonna call him Sam from now on because that's his Discord handle. Um, yeah, we got a different Iobits build because it's getting a lot of wood to get 170. He's going for food on sheep, and now he's gonna build a mill. This is gonna be a very optimized build. On the other side here, you have Pat doing what he does all the time. We got the worker elephant over here. I'm gonna take a look at the upgrades in a little bit. Let's look at the scouting patterns first. So yeah, Pat just deciding to take the scenic route over here. This is Mongolian Heights. So of course there are sheep here for the taking. You have two over here in the corner that Pat should take. There should be there are a lot of wolves. Yeah, there's another two over here. They're in pairs as well. Most part it seems there's one over here. So there's plenty of sheep for Pat to take. If you look here at Sam, already at 12 sheep, 7 on his scout. Scout being pretty much around here. He basically took the same path Pat took, but he went a little bit deeper. We do have a House of Wisdom getting built, and I don't know what the other 76 would are for. I do suspect that they will come into play somewhere relatively soon. If you look at the worker efficiency, we look at Pat is just ever so slightly ahead, but Pat already has some idle time on the town center. Sam only has 4 seconds. 4 seconds can be negligible. 10 seconds starts to mount this early in the game. Alright, we're gonna get a Tower of Victory. So, attack speed of elephants is increased by 20% when built from the stables or ranges within the influence of the Tower of Victory. Which means that I fully expect a Raider Elephant opening. From Sam, though, still a bit of a mystery to me. I'm kind of expecting economic wing industry use that extra no, he's already collecting some extra wood. He's doing reinforcements. Okay, so I was completely wrong on my prediction there. Going reinforcement, the old strategy before it got kind of nerfed. I don't think it was nerfed to the ground. There's still some potential in there, but it's definitely far more balanced, and makes it a lot more worth it going for the other strategies, which is to use the reinforcement desert raiders and just poke at your opponent, just basically buying time for you to age up into Castle Age, and then in Castle Age you can make a really good Castle Age units and go from there. Interestingly enough, we are tied in the sheep war. It could actually be quite significant because yeah, I don't know. Actually, I don't think it's that significant in this matchup. Only if it's an insane level of difference. Because yeah, both guys want to take other food sources first. Right, 2 Black will be the fort, and the fort will have the farms around it. So maybe that's where the sheep would have become important for you to have that food before all of that happens. Whereas the Iobits really like the berry bushes. Not going Sam for the eco wing growth means that orchards, which are these fancy Iobit berry bushes, would have gained more food. So if you saw that, you would have saved like 25 food on each of these patches, but he didn't. So, fully expecting him to go with the Dervishes opening or the Faster Age Up opening. So either way, one of the Culture Ring openers. So we'll definitely see Pat here in Feudal Age. Already going for a stable, so yeah, checks out, right? Checks out, and there we go, switching over to stone from gold. Collecting just enough for the age up, and I think might have gotten an upgrade. Yeah, I definitely got the... Definitely have Wheelbarrow and the first Gather upgrade. That's, yeah, so they have general Gather upgrades and bonus resources dropped off. That's very interesting. Very expensive, so not really quite as worth it as the individual attacks. But as a tech that checks everything out, it is definitely worth it and gives you a big boost economically compared to a Iobits player who's not actually even like Sam building the outpost, startling a little bit here, hoping to get that castle age without any damage dealt to himself. And you should definitely follow where the Raider Elephant's gonna go. And it's gonna be really a race to see who can deal the most amount of damage here. As if you look at the unit compositions that both sides can get, I think it's like Iobids and Castle Age should have a slight edge, given that they have a lot of ways to really counter those elephants. But elephants are such a powerful unit. Look at that, 235 HP, 18 attack. It is a bit pricey. It's not free, but also doesn't cost gold. Oh, excuse me. Oh, the Desert Raider is going to try to see if they can find damage. They won't find any damage over here. They will find the damage in here. Oh, this is so smart. Pat using the second Raider Elephant. We have damage. Not quite any kills yet. And Sam putting up this wall. This wall is so good. And we've seen before in tournaments, even in the joust, where these walls around the woodlines really help not only defend them, but also really punish players who want to go there. You need to have like such overwhelming numbers that they're going to get a ton of kills here. We have a bit of a kerfuffle here as Sam will retreat with his Desert Raider. Oh, the elephant is actually, I think they're the same speed here. Oh, Sam has to retreat. Has to retreat. He has the resources for the age up. I want to see which age up it is, and it is a Dervish. The Dervish age up. I really like the Castle Age Dervish age up because it allows you to age up and immediately get 3 relics right away. Just it's so good. A lot of players now have been doing logistics for feudal age up instead of castle age up, and that allows them to get a lot of so they either get tempo or they get a lot of healing done on their workers really early, almost completely nullifying raiding. And yeah, something about sheep maybe not being quite as important. Yeah, look at that. Sam only having sheep underneath his base. One thing I see a lot of players do, and I don't know, you guys can tell me in the comments if this is significant or not. If you feel like you're going to be under a lot of stress, I feel like farming space becomes important. So if you're French and you're going for a School of Cavalry, and if you lose your knights, you lose the game anyway, yeah, doesn't matter. You're HRE and you're doing your fast castle with this mass men at arms. Doesn't really matter unless your opponent is like really good at putting the pressure early. But in this situation here, like, Sam is already under a lot of pressure from just a single elephant. So I think it would be worth it. On the other hand, yeah, we have a Tuglahabat fort. We have the governor of Bakar generates food around the fort, and this is a really insane setup. So we have Golden Age Tier 1, Villager Gather Rate plus 10%, is so good. Tier 2, being 20 structures, is really interesting. They really thought about this. It means that you're gonna get your research speeds when you should be in Castle Age already. But not really early Castle Age, so you don't get a huge leg up on the upgrades. But you're gonna get your upgrades when you really want to maximize your Castle Age force. Alright, I do not think that Sam can actually push this without the dervishes, so the relics are gonna have to wait a second. Yeah, and Pat is gonna try to maybe do some aging up. Yeah, also regarding the dervishes, don't forget that they now have mass heal. So they heal in a radius. So area healing is just so good. I don't think it's so good it's broken, but it's definitely really good. Oh, and Sam is getting, yeah, he's gonna get Spearmen and Camel Lancers, which is a very powerful composition. And don't forget, we are past, if you're watching this on YouTube, this is after the Jin Dynasty gets released. So Spearmen are a touch more powerful. They are a little bit more powerful. They gonna pack a real punch here, as it seems from the games that I've been watching. They seem to be you get a lot of value from them. Oh, there's the conversion. It's gonna convert. Oh, just outside. Just outside. The dervishes need to start the relics. Oh, beautiful from Sam though. This little Duke play here. Oh, this dervish getting caught, trying to bring the relic home. The relics, yeah, Sam is just gonna get so much value. Don't forget that now they don't actually count as cavalry. What? Ah, it's horse cavalry, so yeah, okay. I was wrong before, they don't really have a bonus. But camel lancers are generally a very good unit. Oh, there we go, we're gonna get spears defending this dervish. And for Pat here, I don't think he really wanted to lose this. But, you know, is attacking a little bit here. Unfortunately for Sam, I think Pat actually played this one pretty good here. Yeah, he's down tempo, but he has the fort with some farms around it and the houses. He's got his base pretty much under control. The only problem here is really going to be that this force is actually quite... We're starting to be in an overwhelming range. Yeah, don't forget that some of these are desert raiders. It's actually 2 desert raiders, 2 camel lancers, which is very significant. Love the stop micro there. Wow, another big fight for Pat. Pat actually absolutely conquers this fight here. But now yeah, he's got a massive army lead. Doesn't, like, lost an elephant in that altercation. And Sam used map control he doesn't have. This could be in jeopardy. The relics are coming in and I love that. But there's this relic to get captured. Let's see if Sam knows about it. He definitely knows about it. Okay, the army is taking the sacred side. I would like to see Pat leave a single unit here and try to get value with the rest. I think Pat, like, he wins this fight, but he loses a lot of value. And when you're down economy, the way you are here, so 2 less workers, 3 relics versus none, 2 sacred sites versus none, it is really important to keep your mass alive while trying to poke and do a little bit of damage. Oh, this is an amazing fort. We have a Dumbo here decapping the sacred site. Each sacred site is gold, and each sacred site, I think, grants a little bit more gold than a relic does. There's absolutely... I'm surprised people don't go for the more. I'm surprised I don't go for the more, because the sacred sites... yeah, it feels like you can really conquer and unconquer them very easily. But also, just having them for a little bit of time can be worth it. Yeah, Pat defending this, Sam trying to wall. These walls are gonna provide a lot of cover. Sam, though, is floating a lot of food and gold. This could be his attempt at an age up here. Aging to Imp? You don't really see too many Ibid games going that late. I actually think it makes sense. Sam is not gonna win the fight here. But Sam is also not dead if he gets attacked on. And the longer the game goes, the more the economic advantage is gonna stack, right? Because we have relics and the other side doesn't. Other than that, we have equal amount of workers. So that's like the only thing I'm not really liking about Sam is the lack of upgrades. Oh no! The Darvish almost had the relic home, but he walked by the vision range. Wow, that sounded a lot more pretentious than it was. Sounds like vision space or something like that. Where sports commentators start to say, alright, you have some camel answers on the wood line, that's gonna be it. Oh, Pat has to retreat! Oh, no units get converted! Oh, that's great. I love the crossbowmen here. Crossbowmen are not awful against spears, and fighting in the city is absolutely ridiculous. And going as well for the mosque is also something else that I really appreciate about the play here. And the more those crossbowmen and archers hit the spears without really getting hit back, the better Pat's gonna do. This mosque is on fire. It needs to get repaired quickly. And yeah, Sam losing a little bit of... where is he losing the worker efficiency? Oh, he's losing it here. A lot of worker efficiency getting lost. He needs to pay attention to that. And he also needs to pay attention to not lose his units to a fort. Alright, you got an ecoing growth. So that's the one where it grants you 10 extra workers. Yeah, that's... I think it's a perfect one here, because it grants you a massive economic advantage. Or a boost. Economic boost. And you need it the most, right? It's right on imp, where you have... like, you need units, and you need also the imp upgrades, because... why bother aging up if you're not getting better units? And like, the imp-specific units like hand cannoneers, they definitely are expensive. But we are gonna have a massive fight here. Sam might lose the spears to the fort, but look at that, the spears trap the elephant so well. And that is a terrible fight for Pat. On the other hand here, Pat still has an army size advantage. And, army size matters, no matter what you've been told. That wall is gonna get completed. This one, though, isn't. There are walls over here. These walls, I think, are for the relic. So that you have to walk through here to get a relic. And I think the fort sees that, so that will always be ready to intercept the Darvish at any moment. On the other hand, we have 3 relics stored. Here, where's the 4th relic? Oh, the 4th relic is home for Pat. If Pat manages to get that other relic, it kinda... things get even. Oh no, the other relic is home. Wait, the game is lying to me. The game is lying to me. That relic is not at Pat's base. So he has 4 here, the 5th is over here. And there's no mosque with relics at home. No, there is. There is. Alright, we're getting healer elephants. Healer elephants were a bit problematic when the DLC that released 2 got released, but now I think they're at an even balanced place. And I really like these unique units for unique civs. Alright, we're getting the raider elephants inside. The raider elephants at this point, they get countered very easily by a very cheap unit in the spearmen, so I don't think they pack quite as powerful a punch as they did earlier on in the Feudal Age, when there weren't a lot of spears and there was a lot more worth it to micro your units, like it was in the previous fight. Now I don't think it's very worth it for Pat to send his elephants back, for half of them to get stuck in the army and lose them anyway. But we are gonna have Sam using the bonus of the relic, 50% increased healing. Yeah, 50% increased healing with an area of effect dervish. I would even make dervishes out of the mosques here. Oh, this is gonna be very interesting. Okay, it didn't go through the worker line. There's a desert raider over here. There's a lot of spears, a lot of crossbows, and I love the crossbows, as I've said before. The addition of the crossbows is really good. It really makes the camel lancers not as efficient as a tech switch. But getting these dervishes trying to take the sacred sites and they can't. And there was here a camel lancer trying to raid. Oh my, this is starting to look bleak for Sam, as he doesn't quite have the army count. He has a lot of spears, maybe aging up was the wrong move, he is floating a lot of resources. That could be over 10 Camel Lancers. That wouldn't quite be worth it. Right, no more relic economy here for Sam, and right now, Pat is on equal economies here. Oh, but Pat is getting his workers killed. That's a good raid from Sam. With the massive army over here, the raiders are fighting the spears. That is an awful fight for Pat to take. Pat retreats, saves most of the elephants, but that is a good fight for Sam, even though he lost some spears. Spearmen are probably the most replaceable unit in the game, competing with the archer, but yeah, those spears, man, they're so valuable. Just because of how, first of all, how good they are at countering anything cavalry, and second of all, how good they are at how valuable they are overall. And even if you're up against units that counter them, they're so cheap that by the time they go through the spearman line, the back row or the back rows have kind of dealt with what you have. Maybe, but here maybe you could pull a classic maneuver and go for something like a flank here with the Dumbos. So we have regular war elephants and raider elephants. Now the raiders I think are a little bit faster but a lot weaker, and they don't cost gold. Alright, we're getting a defensive keep. Is the defensive keep enough? Alright, we're gonna get an attack. Sam is gonna try to Wololo here, so thank you so much for that attempt. That is making my contact really good here. This could actually be very overwhelming with 157 supply versus 100 and no houses. That is just actually not great. But we're getting a Manganique. We're getting a Manganique. So a few of the Manganiques could actually decimate this crossbow line, and then the spears are relatively easy to deal with with your other units, but we really need an answer to all of this. Oh, the Manganique! Manganique, you must deploy it now! Oh, nice conversion! You're gonna get it! Oh, you converted so many elephants! But still, so much army! So much army for Pat, and he got both sacred sites now. Oh, that was only 4 raider elephants? Are we gonna see a conversion hit and not win the game? Oh, that's insane. Oh, Pat's just burning out the houses here. Man, Sam really is like up against the ropes here. There's nothing he can do other than this, but this is not great. He's gonna try another conversion. Oh, make sure you get a good one. Oh, and he dies. And I think he's gonna die again. Oh, the dervish dies again. But like, those are good Manganique hits, but I feel like one Manganique not enough. Sam has had economy for more. Yeah, now it's just not. Yeah, Pat made the right move attacking here. 79 versus 4 armies is not looking good. We're getting barracks, but how good are the barracks really going to be? This is just an absolute slaughter. Yeah, and Sam calls game. That's 1-0 for Pat. I'll see you in game number 2. And we are now here with game number 2 between Pat and Sam. PatDelMuerte here in the yellow in the Holy Roman Empire. This is the driest of Arabias. Doesn't do the 3-3 split. Does this move that collects that food first and then sends 4 to gold? And tries to send the sheep over here. So Pat, we've already seen a lot of HRE games, and he really likes that that owl pikes into horseman strategy, which has worked out for him as one of the games. On the other hand, Sam, a lot more of an unknown here. Going to the Knights Templar. And yeah, the Knights Templar, really powerful in team games. In 1v1, not so much, and like they're a bit of a midfield here. Because they do take a lot of time to get set up and get all of the advantages that they get for the incoming. Oh, I think the 4th on gold was a bit of a mistake there. That's fine, though. Easy to correct. And what do we have here? In terms of sheep, let's see. It's 13 to 13. That's pretty good. Let's see the scoutings first. There we go. Pat here. Scouting the middle. That I don't think is anywhere. No, it is near. That was near. Might actually. Horseman was. The scout was over here. In the center of this. I don't think he saw that. On the other hand, Sam. Oh, scout's the middle here. Sees that relic and everything. Gets over here to the side. I'm mentioning relics because, of course, Holy Roman Empire is so important. It's so important to really get those relics, and have your economy be on something other than villagers. Because, like, what the HRE really wants to do is they really want to get the timing on these objectives really early on, right? So we're getting the Minevik Palace. 5 workers, that's a lot of workers. It really wants to get it fast. I really hope it doesn't weaken your economy to the point where you're going to take too long to get what you want out of the Minevik anyway. I think it's going to be making 4 horsemen and all pikes, because that double kills a villager. On the other hand, we have the Knights Hospitaller as the age up. So increases civilian unit health by 30% and move speed by 10. Increases healing from all sources. It also enables the Knight Hospitallers from the barracks, which is a weaker man-at-arms that also heals other units. And I think that is the most underrated unit in the game, especially in low numbers, where that healing is gonna be the difference between getting a kill and not getting a kill. Your workers starting to get a little bit weak, and you getting kills on them, and you getting your workers killed eventually or not. But also, like, they heal each other. It's a very weird relationship. If you get enough, you can actually dive a town center and perma heal everything in there. Like, yeah, Sam is aged up. Sam is going immediately for safe passage, which of course is the best move. Oh, leaves the mining camp half built. That's... Alright, cancels the mining camp. I think it is too early to get a fortress. You're gonna lose... Like, you sacrifice a lot to get the fortress, right? It's a lot of worker time. Also the build time. For a fortress that ultimately helps you defend and does help you achieve something in the game. But it might cost too much on tempo on getting your units out or your economy out. And you might lose the game before the fortress really pays itself off. On the other hand, we've got the 118 gold over at the Sacred Site. Also, don't forget, I think this is important to mention for the Knights Templar, they gain an extra pilgrim for every fortress. There's also the upgrade that is getting Sanctuary. They grant an additional pilgrim. Doesn't cost any gold, but it's expensive. And we're getting a stable. Is this a fast castle out of sand? Going for the Templar brothers? This is so risky in my opinion, because it's playing an Holy Roman Empire that you know for a fact that he's gonna raid. Doesn't quite have all pikes yet. All pikes is this piece of technology here. Plus 2 damage. It increases the damage, not even the attack, it's the damage of the units by 2. Across the board. So instead of 9, this horseman would deal 11. Wow. Oh, Pat's really chasing the scout. I really don't know why he's bothering. Yeah, the scout wouldn't have done much. Oh my god, this is ridiculous from Sam. Like, but a fortress here will actually guarantee this for the time being. But again, like, you're building that fortress and then you're getting here. Takes you a long ass time. You're making horsemen as well? I really want to see where the Knights of Spittler attack is gonna come in. This might be for the villagers, because it kind of counters what Pat is doing here. In a very funny way. Pat is going for like, I'm gonna try to raid, and I want to be as efficient as I can with the horsemen to kill the workers early. Except what's happening is, like, Sam is the one raiding, and Pat isn't really ever able to use all pikes. And if he's gonna use it now, and these horsemen are really gonna eat it, I think. No, see, it doesn't have it, man. The resources, it's such an important piece of tech. Ooh, I think, yeah, there was definitely a worker and a prelate kill. The prelate kill, I think, is worse than the worker is. Alright, we're getting a Brax. We could have seen the Hospitaller Knights. I think Hospitaller Knights here would have been better than the Spears for offense, but for defense, the Spears are definitely the better unit. Wow, attack moving into the wolf. That's so ridiculous. But it is part of the skill of the game. I can't really be mad about it. Alright, and we're getting a numbers advantage here, and if Pat plays this correctly, we're actually getting a bit of an advantage, and there we go, he dips. And he gets the kill for nearly free. Yeah, a few ticks of damage here and there don't hurt, and it's gonna be a great fight over for the deer here. Yeah, look at Pat spending that gold very wisely. He's very far away from the age up though. It's gonna take at least 2 more minutes to really be in a position to age up. I don't think he wants to make any more units, but he does need the heal. Oh, sacrificing the worker. Oh, and then trying to save him. That was definitely a misclick, and he loses a horseman for it. These two spearmen really paying dividends here. He can't engage with the spears, but he can engage with everything else. And, like, he still hasn't gotten all pikes. That's what's ridiculous to me. But he's gonna heal with the prelate. That's really, really good. Making archers. Yeah, man, Horseman Archer is worse than Horseman Spears. I'll just say that. And as the numbers grow, it becomes more and more inefficient because the Spears will always be able to get the Horseman, or get some hits on the Horseman, before the Archers really get a ton of kills here. On the other hand, we are getting economic upgrades for Pat, and I wouldn't be surprised now if Sam started really going for those fortresses, because the pilgrims, that gold, that really adds up. And you're seeing Sam is floating a little bit of gold on 0 workers. 0 workers. I can't even say he's just macroing bad. No, he can't actually... He's not spending the gold, but he's not creating any gold out of his own actions here. Like, there's nothing he can do to just shift that part of the economy elsewhere. So just... So... One thing that I've been learning... very recently, is that it's okay to float resources, as long as you eventually find a way to spend them. That's really the important part here, and it really feels for Sam. Like, that's an age up. It's going with the ends of an empire. So fortresses and docks gain health. I want to see which unique unit is there, because I think it's an infantry unit as well. Oh, that's a lot of horsemen. Horsemen going for the gold again. In fact, yeah, he's building the burger. And yeah, I like the burger. I think it's what he needs here. He really needs to get his infantry game going. Because we all know what's going to happen. from Sam here in a second is going to hit that insane timing. Getting everything going at the perfect time for him. Wouldn't also mind seeing here steel barning, right? For Knights and the Black Riders. But he is making men-at-arms, so that is absolutely not a priority. And this is going to be just a men-at-arms spam, right? Kind of don't have gold for them, but Should be. Oh, more food. Where are the food workers? Oh my god, that's... Oh no, he's running out of sheep. And he has nowhere to get food from. Oh, it's gonna be so awful. And Sam is taking deer over here. He doesn't have the deer upgrade though, so I'm gonna criticize you on that. Other than that, flawless game from Sam here. Just very like you look at the numbers and he's not really that far ahead, right? And yeah, Castle Age and all that. So now I really want to see. So that's the heavy spearman. The heavy spearman might actually be hands down the best unit in the game. It's so good. But getting the horsemen running around while there are spears, these horsemen are not going to be very effective. Men-at-arms will. Alright, you know what I want to see from Pat here at this point? These 15 villagers are going to burn through the deer way too fast. Get 8 of them onto this board. Spreading the economy a little bit, it makes the blow of finishing a source of food a little bit less damaging. Alright, we have heavy spearmen, 4 armor and 11 attack each with bonus to cavalry. Cavalry, and then on elephants they have a little bit more. Trying to raid, but they're not going to get it, and this is the Templar brother. Let's open the description here. Basically the same as a knight, but I think they're a little bit stronger, a little bit more attack or something, or maybe they're not, and I'm just hallucinating here. Wow, Sam, no gates here. But yeah, the wall is closed down. I think Pat's going to lose a couple of these horsemen. But yeah, the economies, they feel the same here. Except Sam, of course, killed 3 workers, and they're the same worker count. It goes to show how much the age up of Knights Templar really hurts him in that respect. But yeah, look at that. Crossbowmen killing horsemen, that feels so awful. Yeah. Oh, Pat's gonna get raided by these horsemen again. He's gonna be on the gold. He flees right in the nick of time. He's gonna save them. Like, his army is here defending, and I understand the thought process, but I don't think Pat is reading the game really well. The game is definitely not close to being over, but Pat is behind. And Pat is in a situation where he can't keep getting raided, so there needs to be a wall here, first of all. You really can't let your opponent just come in and out from your base like this. So they either have to do it from this side, which is defended, and with a relic in the tower as well. Or on the other hand, Alright, so this horseman here covering, I think that's relics for Sam here. Yeah, Sam is collecting a relic. There's the relic going back home. Then we have your fanaticism as well. And, well, I never saw this deck get researched by anyone. Hopefully I'll see it today. You can see the power of it, and there we go, another raid. Pat is not left alone. So there's one of those artillery crossbows, there's a men-at-arms as well. These men-at-arms with the upgrades are so good. These 2 upgrades here. 2-handed weapons and heavy maces. You also have blacksmith upgrades, ranged attack and ranged and melee attack. Don't hate it, but also don't love it. Here comes an attack from the side. Oh, trying to hit here the prelate that was for sure taking the sacred side. Pat has equal count. Pat has equal count of army, but yeah, but a lot of them are men-at-arms, which is the more powerful unit. Oh wow, that's just Sam is being ruthless here with the raiding. These horsemen are getting so much value. Yeah, look at that. Sam going here in the corner. He's gonna take it with this monk. Not taking the relic. Not taking the relic with a monk here in the back. Getting a veteran hospitaller knights. Hospitaller knights, of course, are these beauties here from the from the barracks. I really like them. I think they are a really good unit. But you need the count to be the right count. You can't have too many of them. You definitely have too many of them. And then they're just stuck healing each other all fight long. But you can also have not enough of them. That really will put a dent on your strategy. I love this fortress here. Defense 3 patches of resources, including 8,000 gold. That is an amazing fortress. Alright, you're getting 2 sacred sites covered here by Knights Templar. We're getting 1 covered by Pat. We're gonna see that income very quickly. See, it's just a little bit more. The sacred sites are a little bit more than the relics. Yeah, you only have 3 of them and they're easily converted back and forth. The relic stays home and generates those resources passively as long as they stay in the building. But still, I'm still a big fan of them. Alright, I really like this, going for the boar here. Engage workers. I don't think he even bothered pull the worker to not get killed with a prowess there, right? Just heals back up. Alright, Sam neutralizing the sacred site. Sam is just... Like, you look at the data, it doesn't feel like he's too far away. You look at the state of the game, and he feels like he's miles ahead. And you look at the map and the amount of things that there are in the map, and it's just... It's night and day. However, the men-at-arms do well against the heavy cavalry here of Sam. I don't think it's a stretch to say that with the upgrades, the men-at-arms are alright, especially at that count. A few men-at-arms and crossbow over here. Sam, though, has been secretly heading into these... it's heavy spear crossbow. No, it's actually not that part of the army. It's crossbows, and then spear and heavy spearmen. That will count with the cavalry really well, but Sam needs to spend the gold, I think. Sam needs to just spam all of the upgrades and start getting those really powerful, expensive units, including the Templar brother, including maybe the... I'm gonna see the name of the unit here. Oh, I didn't unlock it, so yeah, the Templar brother, the crossbowman, the Hospitaller Knight, the heavy spearman, those units that usually wouldn't put together because they're just so expensive to get, right? But in here, they're not really expensive. It's a good deal because he has so much gold income. He's on almost 900 gold a minute, and he's got 2 villagers on it. This is unreal. Unreal value. Alright, we're neutralizing this sacred site. The relics, though, yeah, Sam winning the relic minigame. Oh, and really good idle time as well. It really helps that the lumberjacks, they just do not move, right? They don't move. They don't have to move back and forth between the lumber camp and the trees while they're chopping down. That's why you see these weird-ass patterns. We're getting a second town center for Sam. That is very interesting timing. Usually what you see is going for the second town center very early or not going at all. I think Sam is gonna get a lot of good value here. Yeah, this tower isn't doing anything anymore. I think Sam is perfectly happy with just letting it go down. Where are these men-at-arms going? Are they just trying to intercept the pilgrims? Because they're not going that way. Going over this way. Yeah, so Sam collected some stone. I think the stone was... Yeah, stone ended. So he kind of needs to come here to this stone or the stone here in the back. Yeah, that's where he's going to. You really want to just keep on making those fortresses. I love the addition of the Lance Connect here for Pat. Pat's spending his resources a lot better. His economy is just so much worse. Well, actually, it might not be that much worse. He's getting a lot of food. He's on the boar. He's got a lot of... he doesn't have a lot of upgrades, but he has upgrades. So here... Oh, if he starts shooting the front row and then uses his Landsknecht really well, Pat can win this, but it's such a difficult fight. Oh, the Landsknecht get a really good connection. Oh my god, and the heavy spearmen are allergic to the men in pantaloons. Oh, but so many crossbows. The crossbows really making Pat pay for for having way too many heavy units here. But there's the raids here. Pat is raiding. Gets his 3 villagers back. Wow, horseman on horseman, they are exactly the same unit here, so Pat's gonna win on getting the first hit first. Yeah, good raid, forcing Sam to really split his units, but it's... Sam is gonna have an overwhelming count here, and he already has an overwhelming spearman count. Yeah, Pat is a really good economy for men-at-arms. Men-at-arms are not good whatsoever into crossbowmen. And the more crossbowmen you have, the more efficient they're going to be in the fights. You guys know the cliche, right? It just ranged units perform better in the city as well. Like, this army is just... It's hard countered by what Sam has. Unless you start incorporating a lot of Landsknecht, making it really difficult for them to get sniped before the fight. And then you can really do something. Or you shift the economy a little bit. You have a lot of workers on wood. And you get some siege. You're getting like 2 mangonels? Like, this army would be obliterated, right? I'm not being facetious here. I think that would actually quite work. But doesn't really have the economy for it, right? Gold has started becoming a bit of a problem for Pat. He is intercepting the pilgrims, and they really want to get the sacred sites just conquered. Really nice fortress as well. Covers 2 resources. Don't forget that the sacred site is a resource for Knights Templar. And oh my god, Pat really has to fight for this, but he's on equal counts. Okay, the horsemen are gonna help out in the fight. They're heavy spearmen here. Oh my god, the Landsknecht are gonna connect! The crossbowmen are so... like, they're not good. If Landsknecht can get anywhere near. Pat spreading his army too thin here. Sam is microing like a beast. Yeah, and we're getting, finally, those Hospitaller Knights. Don't send them too far forward. If you get like 5, 6... them, and we're getting the Teutonic Order. The Teutonic Order is really good, and gold units get more armor as well. This is gonna be very interesting. We're getting a conversion attempt. It doesn't work for like half a second. No, and they deleted the units to not get them converted. That's just building the fortress while aging up, and with only a slight. Only a slight army disadvantage. Wow, Sam playing this one really well. Oh, he could intercept the pilgrims. That could be absolutely massive. That's so much gold. Oh, the pilgrims are running. One of them gets there. I don't think this capitalizes in, but this one does. They need the animation. Oh my god, what a breakdance. Yeah, with the animation, they've made it. Now we're getting some cavalry here coming to raid. They are going to get the Scold, which is so massive, but they're not going to get anything else. You have a lot of farms here. Don't forget that these monasteries, especially with devoutness, they get inspired around the monastery. So this is an Aachen chapel right away. And they also deliver the resources here. And I honestly, I think that's why Pat goes with Minework. He takes a look at the long picture, and he probably thinks that it's worth it. You go Minework now, sacrifice that economy early on to get the same advantage late game, but also have the Minework at home. Alright, so that sacred site is gone. Yeah, Sam is coming here to the south sacred site. Oh, it's gonna be a very slow burn. Are these workers? These are workers fighting. Fighting knights with workers is just so ridiculous. Oh, look at Pat trying to press his advantage. He's gonna have to fight through fortresses. And we have Teutonic Knights, which is one of the scariest units in the game. The nearby enemy units get the -2 armor. So technically -2 melee and +2 ranged armor if you read the the tooltip correctly. So that's weird on their part. On the other hand, though, they have like the stats are ridiculous. They still don't perform that well against Landsknecht. If Landsknecht are masked, like almost every unit, right? It's just Landsknecht are just really good. But also, like, they cost 100 gold, so. Not trying to say that they're the greatest unit of all time and very efficient and stuff like that. There's definitely a bit of a case to make for them. And look at that, Pat intercepting the pilgrims. Yeah, they can't complete the animation, and that's like 800 gold down the drain. Oh, looks like... Oh, Pat turned it around. The Egypt not really materializing, but I'm still, like, there are 10 Teutarch Knights. You need so much to be able to power through them. But the fortresses are going down. The fortresses are going down. And that, I think, is extremely important. Sam, though, 23 fewer units. The units from Sam should be a lot better on account of the age that we're in right now. But I don't know. It's... I really feel the fear of the Templar Knights and the Heavy Spearmen. The Heavy Spearmen have given me some nice little trauma before. So if Pat takes the last sacred site, then that's it for Sam. No pilgrims can get out. Only kills a lot more pilgrims here. That was 300 and something gold. Look at that Teutonic Knight, how much abuse it's taking. Yeah, and Pat can't fight underneath the tower. But he doesn't want Knights Templar to just play their game. But he also can't do anything else. Oh my god, look at the graph here. It's just slightly over the edge for Pat, but the defender's advantage is going to kick in. Yeah, defender's advantage is definitely kicking in. Pat needs to micro the crossbows. I'm seeing a lot of horseman hits here. Oh, from both sides to be fair to this conversation here. And we also have the Rams. Rams are getting nerfed. Yeah, and this is... Yeah, this is +0 because he has the 2-2. So it is negative range than the melee armor. It's not just like negative melee, positive range. No, he hasn't built the outpost. Come on, Pat. Oh, I've been through this last season, mate. Gotta finish those buildings. No, don't trickle your units in, Pat. That could have gone very, very wrong. But yeah, now we're getting into a situation where Sam has the better units, and he also has more of them on a better economy. It's a slight advantage, and a good like flank or something like that could really set the tone. Oh my god, he's gonna wall this. Because that's going to be a vast amount of the gold income from Sam. No matter how many workers he puts on gold, it's the prelates are 130. Not the prelates, the pilgrims are 130 gold. I would gate both sides here, just for easy access of my own units against their units. But oh, Sam. Okay, Sam is doing the mini games. Loads of horsemen from Pat. I like that because the other settles a lot of crossbows. So that is important. Alright, there is a gate here. But you need to build this so fast now, otherwise the pilgrims will eventually get in. Alright, we got horsemen escaping. Escaping the fight. That's a lot of army. If Pat gets attacked now, it's dangerous. Pat again, though, at a healthy lead. Army count-wise. But Sam is going for cheap units too. Sam is just flooding it in resources and needs to spend those before coming into the next fight. But this army can be a menace. Oh my, this is... Yeah, the pilgrims are just gonna wait. No safe passage for you. Yeah, we're into a situation right now where, like, Sam's raiding army, not really ready to do anything. But, like, I feel like the best players find a way to utilize raiding as something else is going on, so that they can really get some damage done. Alright, we're gonna open, we're gonna open the gate? I don't know why you wouldn't open a wall. Oh my god, look at the dancing! Okay, and these future pilgrims are gonna get sent to Sacred Site. How much is it, though? Where are they? 213? Yeah, not quite as much. Not quite as much, and it's disproportionate, so that the distance always yields more per minute results than a shorter distance traveled. Mostly to balance around the market, I would think, but it's also pretty good here as well, because it rewards risk. Alright, the pilgrims are defeated, but what did that cost us? Because that was like 3 attacks. But the horsemen are right there on the crossbows. This is a great fight for Pat. Look at them. Look at the fighting here. Look at the army count. Pat is doing really well. Wow, what an overwhelming count. Nowhere to go here for Sam, and Sam will just lose everything right now. Can still be... I don't think he can be attacked, not even with this army because of the fortresses. We're finally getting... This is elite army tactics from Sam. And he is spending his gold to his credit here, he must have heard me. And, wow, that's just... There's a lot of wood here. It doesn't have workers on it, which to me is insanity. He's not taking any more workers. Stopped at 97. I want to see where the army goes to. Alright, so we have these 3 fortresses down the middle. Okay, we have horsemen here attacking, but we have the prelates healing. I don't think the healing is going to be enough. And the Pat will probably sacrifice more workers to try and get that closed up again. Yeah, and now, because of the way the armies are distributed, Sam can't actually deliver any pilgrims anywhere. They're gonna try! They're gonna try! They're gonna get absolutely massacred by the army of Pat. This is so hilarious, by the way, from a lore perspective. That the Holy Roman Empire of all countries is absolutely massacring pilgrims going to the Christian sacred sites, because it's a nice Templar and they were a Catholic holy order. Alright, we've gotten Swabia. Yeah, I don't think Elsbach would have done anything here other than maybe help defend the raids. And that's a maybe, whereas Palace of Swabia will just... We'll make trading workers great, we'll make being behind an economy not as punishing. Because it's basically got 3 workers for the price of 1. Alright, we're starting to get those trap emplacements. Trap emplacements are quite ridiculous, and we also have boiling oil. Traps of our own here would work, or an overwhelming amount of rams, or cannons. Cannons in Castle Age, I think, would work pretty fine. Oh, that's not a wall off. Oh no. Oh no, the pilgrims are gonna make it. Sam, though, might just be so focused on the game, and he might see the wall and not conclude that this should have a gate in it, and just go right in and try to destroy the wall, which would be the funniest segment of the whole month here. And we're in the first... well, we're in the second week of games. Is he gonna... He's not gonna... Oh my god, he's destroying the wall, and there's an opening over there. Alright, Sam actually decapping the North Sacred Site. The fight for the Sacred Site, as interesting as it is being, has led to a bit of a stale mid-game here regarding pushes. The late mid-game is being very stale. It's not quite progressing as you would think. Yeah, mostly because of the fortresses and because of how well Pat is defending now. Oh, the boiling oil is massacring your Landsknecht, and the rams aren't even there. This stuff is stuff that I do, and that's why I'm so personally attached here to what's going on here. This was like this massive advantage is just dwindling down. Like, you need to use range only, siege only here to destroy the fortresses. You can't destroy fortresses with army. Not when you have 4 and like almost the same tile. This is like a third of Sam's economy on this fortress. Yeah, I'll take the workers, says Pat. Right? And oh, you can't garrison everybody as well, so. The Landsknecht, good addition. Don't have the crossbow be there. These are elite now, by the way. Oh my god, the army has dwindled so much, but Pat has so many resources. Just spam those units, spam those units. He's gonna make hand cannoneers. Hand cannoneers are very expensive, but they're also the best range unit, right? That he can make. No bonus damage, but the insane base damage is quite something special. We're also getting, oh, the Mangonel is gonna be so good. Oh my god, and it's 18 to 81 units. Attacking into all of these fortresses, definitely a mistake. Yeah, and the pilgrims have safe passage to the sacred site that gets them more gold. That's wow, Pat is down. Pat is down. He has to wait for, like, the hand cannoneers could absolutely just turn this game around. Because the hand cannoneers don't play around. They have base 38 damage. Base 38 damage. That's. If there's a Mangonel, Pat would need to scatter formation the units. And scatter formation means that horsemen or basically any melee unit can just get in your formation and you get really good surface area on the units. Oh, Pat is trying to set up a bit of a tactic here with these horses. Either a tactic or it's coming here. Oh, he's coming. He knows about this raid, but he's gonna need the horsemen to fight. Yeah, you don't want to get hit by the Maggie, so you want to keep escaping and trying to fight back another day. Oh, just giving hand cannoneers away too. That is just actually not good. Alright, so these horsemen from Pat will take down the 4 horsemen from Sam. I did not mean that pun. But you have 12 horsemen over here that are about to cause a lot of damage. Oh, nice attempt at conversion, but it's not gonna work. Even though, again, a little bit hilarious that you have two Catholic countries and they're trying to convert. Big fight here at the front, and look at that, the hand cannoneers are actually putting in some work. But they're getting blasted by the Mangonel. The Mangonel is also putting in a lot of work. But we're getting the big units from Sam getting sniped out as they start approaching. And yeah, the raid was too successful, I suppose, and that's the series being tied. Welcome. It's the final and decisive game of the series. We got PatDelMuerte here as the Delhi Sultanate and Sam and Cyan as the Sushi's Legacy. These civs couldn't be any different. The matchups are always fun because they tend to be quite chaotic. Delhi really likes going for the high tempo plays, whereas Zushi really wants to go for the fast castle and try to get a handle on the side quests. Yeah, we are playing here. This is Lipany. Lipany, of course, has these cliffs all over the place. It also has a good amount of sheep on the map, and I think it does contain. Yeah, the deer packs should all be on the outside, with one relatively close to each player, and the one quite far away. That's what we see, right? These two are far away. It also provides a lot of tactical gameplay with the stealth forests, and I think that's what made this map a big fan favorite. Let's take a look at the scouting of the players here. Ooh, Pat here finding out Sam very early. I really want to pay attention though to the rework of the meditation gardens. And basically of the sushi whole landmarks. Going over here to the camps. Going over to Sam. Yeah, we have the same scouting we saw last time, except he goes right away to the base. This is a bug that they actually, I think they could have fixed. Whatever, I'm not here messing around. Yeah, Delhi, yeah, with the 9 on food. There's 8 here. This villager not on food. Oh, it is on food. It says 9 right there. And Sam a little bit more efficient there with the early game, maybe. Because Pat almost has all of the gold, so I definitely understand this. But Pat is going to need a lot of wood very, very soon. And the longer it takes to get it, the better Sam is going to be. Because the faster Sam can age up and just start getting those Shaolin monks, things are going to start. Alright, we got the G Angden Tower, which acts as a tax drop-off. That's perfect. But also, military buildings and units produced within the influence award progress towards free armies, so it just keeps paying off as the game goes along. So its free army also gets progressively more resources to spend. Alright. The 12th army sets the upper bound. We are getting the Dome of the Faith, so a little bit more of a tech-oriented game instead of a military-focused one. What am I watching here? Where was this sheep coming from? But look at it run! It's so quick. Alright, Dome of the Faith on one side, early Jennings Tower on the other one. Jennings Tower, well, like this, it actually feels like it's very much worth it. Alright, I expect this mosque soon to cancel piety and start getting sanctity researched. You want to get sanctity to start getting the sacred sites as early as possible, and to get your scholars into the military buildings. But that is Dark Age tech that's already been researched. So, ooh, looks like Sam collecting a lot of wood. Is this Zushi fighting in the Feudal Age? Because it really could be. Pat is also collecting a lot of wood here. That's a lot of workers on this straggling tree. We're getting immediately 2 scholars being made. Yeah, and there we go. Cancels piety 3 seconds before researching to get sanctity. Oh, the sacred sites also grant double gold to Delhi with sanctity and research. So that is just an amazing power spike. Yeah, Sam, you're getting a lot of wood. Already at 200, I don't understand why yet. Oh, we're dropping a barrack, so this is gonna be a military in Feudal Age game. From both sides, as we're gonna get a Ghazi Raider. From Pat. Sam read the situation perfectly. He doesn't go for the units, but it's also textbook, right? Pat here is not being a smart ass. He's not being he's not trying to push the meta either. He's just he's playing the standard game. And we'll see where that leads us. But this Ghazi Raider should go over to the other side as quickly as it can. You really want to see what your opponent's doing. It's a lot of it is for the scouting and it's, I would say, 30% scouting, 30% skill check, 30% trying to get actual damage, and 10% giving the Ghazi Raider away for free because it touched the spear and you didn't notice. Alright, so the scout of Sam vindicating what he's seeing here. Getting a range. Ooh, a range. Very, very interesting. In range. All we've seen is the stable. Pat can't really age up yet. He has to get the sacred sites in order to really consider the age up, but he can focus a little bit more on everything else other than getting just as much military as he can out. Getting a lot of wood. This wood I do suspect goes over to the Gazi Raiders. They produce in 13 seconds. They're really fast, by the way. They will burn through your resources. This is 2 stables producing for the price of 1, except you saved 150 wood. Alright, we're gonna see a bit of a fight here. Not sure about the Huguenots, but the spears are definitely a good call here. These are horsemen instead of Huguenots. We get horseman spear here from Zushi into knights in Castle Age. That would have worked really well, but we're gonna see the first worker kill. Maybe, oh, the worker kill just gets themselves into safety. Yeah, and Pat has to retreat. Very good hit there. And Sam already closing his walls down. Which is very fair, and this is Lipany, so you might be able to use the cliffs a little bit for defense. Even though it feels a little bit unfair, because Pat is really, like, this cliff is just so usable for defense. Oh my, that is, like, oh, the worker did not die. And yeah, Pat is getting archers and Gazi Raiders. Archer Gazi Raider is really good here. And archers, they actually outperform Huguenots a little bit. Especially as the upgrades are gonna kick in. I don't see a blacksmith. Oh my, Pat has no blacksmith. He should have 2 blacksmiths already. Working OT. Alright, we're getting the units here. They're gonna close down access to the sacred sites because we are now trying to get them. This one is gonna be kind of unavailable. Sam here does have the map control. Pat, no matter how many units he gets, he can't really touch this. So, yes, it's going to be 2 sacred sites, which is... It's going to be so much gold per second. Per minute, I mean. We're also going to get these walls built. I really want to see them get built here. Like I said the matchup was weird. I thought it was going to be weird in a different way. Sam, you're playing very defensively, though. It's, yeah, it's playing it safe. I can't hate it, but also, like, the game is stalling a little bit now. So, there is that. Alright, let's see where the army of Sam is going to. Alright, just gonna stay here protecting the deer and the making of the wall. That, I think, is open. What do you guys think? Yeah, it actually might not be. Alright, Pat kind of finishing this wall. Finishing this wall as well. This wall is just to prevent units from moving here without going... through this area, which is potentially much more dangerous. Oh, this is gonna be some border gore from Sam, but I'm not sure Sam is gonna finish the wall. But the walls here on the outside are pretty good. That's the first worker kill of the game, by the way, from Pat, killing the worker building the wall here. Oh, look at that! Sam is gonna decap that sacred site. It's yeah, you're forced into it, right? So many Huguenots. Huguenots, don't forget, they really scale well with the attack upgrade. And the units against the Huguenot really scale well with the ranged armor upgrade. Because all of their attacks count as 3 attacks. Oh, Pat's gonna save this. Pat saves this. Yeah, so the sacred site stays back home. Let's see how much resources we're getting. We're getting 250 gold per minute on 2 sacred sites. That's so much more than 2 relics. A lot of it's very interesting to think about the sacred sites as this gold generating machine, and it's usually just seen as a way to put your opponent on the clock, set pressure, and hopefully win the game that way. Sam is still just massing army. He's got a few horsemen. Oh, that's so cute. He's gonna try to get to the sacred site. There's a massive wall over here. There's a wall over here too. So the horsemen, yeah, man, this is... I actually, one of the things I hate about pathing in the game is how you're completely giving the walls away. If you set up the pathing here, they should just come this way. Or go the fastest way around without, like as if the walls don't exist, and just hit the brick wall and force the player to recognize that there's a wall up there. Yeah, Pat going for professional scouts, that's something that I've seen him do a lot. Professional scouts, by the way, is free as Delhi. It does take a lot of time, a long time to research. We're getting Compound of the Defender. Never in my life did I expect Delhi to rage up first in a Delhi versus Zushi's matchup. That's the nature of changing this, of changing the landmarks. Oh, Pat immediately queues up the attacks, but they're gonna take a minute. And Sam is gonna attack. Sam, I think, realized that Pat doesn't really have units. So he's going in for the attack. The major problem is gonna be, as soon as you have like 5 men-at-arms, it's gonna become very hard to deal with. Alright, Pat doesn't quite save the sacred site. This is gonna be... Yeah, you can do whatever push you want. As soon as the men-at-arms get there, and I think the Compound of the Defender is getting village fortresses. And I think you already got the attack deck. The Handa? No, it did not get the attack deck. But it is such an interesting situation. Pat could be trying to use his archers, but I think he's trying to hold the numbers alive. Something that I respect here tremendously. Okay, as soon as this upgrade comes through, and the Ghazi Raider upgrade comes through as well, I don't think we're seeing it here. But, I think as soon as the upgrades go through, I think Pat will move in. And Sam, I think, is losing his timing to push. Sam is losing his timing to push. We're getting a War Elephant as well coming out. The War Elephant, of course, a very powerful unit. And there we go, Pat makes his move out. Sam, realizing the trouble, he cooked himself and is retreating now. He's also got the Shaolin Monastery, so this is self-preservation at its finest. He's trying to save the units so that he can upgrade all of them very quickly. And the Shaolin Monastery, the Shaolin Monk is so good. No relics, I don't think, have been taken. Yeah, no relics have been taken. Only one sacred site. The capped, only the north one. The south sacred site is right there for the taking after Pat killed the horseman that was roaming around that area. But yeah, obviously Pat does not have the kind of information we do. And you get a lot of everybody, I think, gets a lot of tunnel vision when playing. They really focus on the main objective at hand, and sometimes they forget that these small side objectives, they really matter. The army is going to be so out of position for this relic pickup. But the relic's gonna get picked up. Alright, there we go. Pat is getting the sacred set. He's also getting the relics. Something that, as everybody know, I'm a huge fan of. Relics are a really good source of gold. Not as good as sacred sites. We gotta keep emphasizing that. Oh no! No! Retrieve the scholar! Get away! You can get away! This is infantry! No! Pat's not looking! He's gonna lose the scholar for free. Yeah, Pat's gonna retreat. Pat is in a very interesting position. Because he has the tech lead right now. As the techs are coming in for Sam, these are still... Yeah, these are veteran. The spears are hardened. Not veteran yet. The horsemen are also feudal age. So, Pat here has a clear tech advantage, especially with the men-at-arms. But he's floating so many resources as well. He's gonna have a tough time doing anything. Oh my, there's a wolf here. A little bit of bite the infantry. Alright, we're getting our relics brought home. The scholars are going outside of the mosques. You want to keep at least a few, I would say, like 2 or 3. But we are getting the relics back home. The Shaolin monk. But how unlucky or like how weird can he be to cue the Shaolin monk there so close to the relic and not actually click the relic? Alright, we're getting the Lancer and a few horsemen trying to go for a raid. It's gonna be a very obvious path. Oh my god, just as Pat is going out of the map, but there are way more units for Pat here. Chasing, which could actually be the tip for Sam to move in! But I think Sam, he's starting to get techy now. He needs a few more crossbows. And a few more Lancers here for this to be even. Oh, we're gonna get another worker kill. It's gonna be the second worker kill for Sam. He might even get a third, maybe. We're getting bolt magazines. So they pierce them. And they deal +1. So they deal bonus damage to light infantry and they pierce. I really want to see how the Juggernautes do here, because I don't recall seeing the stat research yet. Alright, the horsemen are going to try to decap. Pat was very smart, coming over here. These resources right now, they are the safest in the map. Until, of course, the wall goes down. Where are the workers building that wall? Are they building the meditation gardens and then leaving? But now the meditation gardens, they generate resources based on the resources around them. Very interesting concept. This, of course, it feels like it's a very good one. You have a stone and you have a lot of trees. And you can see it. It's increasing the yield of the stone. Alright, I really like the tower elephants. Really microable units. These horsemen, if... Oh my god, Sam does not have a hole here in this wood line, or in any other wood line, to be honest. The armies are just not fighting, and Sam is starting to outpace the rate at which Pat can get tanks. So starting to get into the groove here, and he's gonna start hitting the granaries. The granaries are so powerful. Granary farms might be the third best farms in the game. After, of course, Abbasid with agriculture and English farms that generate gold. Of course, those are just out of this world. And Pat's gonna try a raid. This raid won't be successful. Not with the 2 Lancers over here. And Pat does well to leave. These are veteran Ghazi Raiders. They deal a lot of damage. And now they are starting to get upgrades. But you're getting a forward keep too. This keep will absolutely keep everything protected. This is not a good fight for Pat, but Pat has such an army advantage. Pat should go! Pat should go here. The Lancers aren't here. The Lancers are busy here. That's villagers outside the walls of the town. This is like... Sam is taking a lot of risks here. Not being sloppy, this is by design, but he is being risky. And I like risky gameplay, but it's risky for a reason. Okay, the Geyser Raiders have to bolt. They're not really gonna accomplish much, other than keeping this army at bay. There hasn't been any action here, though. With the main armies, only side armies clashing. The only raiding armies. Oh, sorry about that. That is poor observing on my part. We are capturing the sacred site here as Sam. He could really use that gold, but he could also use the fact that Delhi doesn't quite have it. Oh, and yeah, these units are here at the wall. They're gonna fight. It's gonna be bloody. It's gonna be ugly. And yeah, repairing here with the villager. So this keep is just doing so much work for Pat, and Pat finally moves in. That is a lot of crossbows and a lot of veteran juggernauters with bolts on him. But good on Pat here for pushing in with the lancers first, trying to bait a lot of that damage into your beefy cavalry units, especially a lot of the juggernaut damage. Instead of the men-at-arms. Men-at-arms are going to be king here. Oh, we do have a nest of bees. The nest of bees changes everything. Oh, it's stuck in the army. Oh, it loses without firing a single shot. That was not great for Sam, and the Dumbbells are just taking so much damage here. Not even the Shaolin monks are going to save this. And the superior economy Pat has going right now, slightly superior, should provide them with a slight edge at reinforcement, especially the floated resources. But he doesn't really have food. And Sam does. Sam does have both resources you need to make the really expensive units. But what a decisive win for Pat. It's Sam are really struggling here, and you gotta feel like the men-at-arms are really just way too good at tanking Jiganu shots, right? Oh, and we also have the 3 sacred sites now. So Sam has to beat the army, and beat the reinforcements in this position. Like, Pat did really well to start ticking the clock here. Destroying the infrastructure, I don't even really mind this. The workers here from Sam, they had the bolt and not working, and that is more than a fifth of the economy. That's more like a fourth of the economy, maybe even more than that. And like, all the scholars are here. It's very unfair that dealing damage to the war elephants gets them healed back up. Very horseman heavy army here. But count wise, we can see that Sam just doesn't really have an answer. Just the number of units is too overwhelming. Don't know, maybe Sam needs Pat's ISP to disconnect or something, because these are really overwhelming numbers, and I'm struggling to really see a way in for Sam. He hasn't lost all of his army, so I understand him hanging around, because one good fight always changes everything. But what is that good fight? Oh, and we have raiding on food, and Pat goes immediately for the tax official, which is just absolutely, like, that is fun value. That is amazing value. But we don't quite have siege here for Pat. I think Pat is content with kind of softening up his opponent and just containing Sam here. But Sam also has a very failing economy. He has no gold income apart from a single relic. No, for 2 relics. So that's 159 per minute. Don't know why it's 159 and not 60. Not 160. Just feels weird for the sake of being weird. Oh my god, that's 36 total villagers being dead here. So half the economy, around half the army count. It's really rough for Sam. But Sam, I think, is going to give it a crack. Good old crack here. He's going to try to fight this again one final time. He might even attempt to send a horseman here to this secret site in the south, just to start unticking the clock. Yeah, and I think Pat should move in after this keep gets made. Really, I think Pat is showing Sam a little bit too much respect, especially considering how much gold he has. He can always just resupply himself, whereas Sam is very restricted on what he can do. He does have now 6 workers on gold. He's coming here to this little pocket he created. Just letting the clock tick down. I don't know, not moving in, so just doesn't really want to risk it. Maybe he's respecting the potential siege here, because Pat doesn't know. Pat can't see, right? Yeah, Pat doesn't know the army. The keep is made. Love this wall, by the way. Just yeah, but there you go. It's starting to move in. It's yeah, like Sam is the one that needs to move though, move out, and it's gonna be dependent on the siege. If the siege starts getting the range, then it can be doable because, you know, elephants, they're great units, but they're not unbeatable. The range here is what's really gonna set this apart. Attacking the elephants with range, with siege, I mean. Yeah, a little bit. Oh my god, but hitting the range is exactly what you want to do. I'm gonna attack from behind. Pat is retreating very, very slowly. Oh, great micro from Sam. Oh my god, Archer's attacking the gates. What's going on here? And there's, oh my god, elephants are going down. Elephants are going down. Oh, Pat's showing the fear here. No, he shouldn't have, but like Pat is gonna just doing so well. But the elephants are gonna prove too much. But the Nesta Bees already dealt so much damage. Oh my god, there was what, 2 elephants going down total, and yeah, Sam calls it. It's gonna be a 2-1 for Pat. And that's gonna be it for me for the series. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you in the next.